Here's one of the latest interviews from Rock and Metal Revival. If you want to hear the whole show, go to rmrshow.com. From the new CD from Impellitteri, there is We Own the Night on Rock and Metal Revival. The CD's called Venom, dude, and I tell you what, since...
it's like my speakers are spitting out venom, man.
It's like it's running through my veins,
man.
Yeah. It is...
serious guitar playing and some screaming, and nice... Up-tempo. It's not something you want to go to sleep to.
Exactly.
It's going to wake you up and make you want to drive fast.
Yeah, right, and we are fortunate enough to have on the phone with us lead vocalist Rob-Rock from the band. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Welcome.
It is
glad to be here on the Rock and Metal Revival.
It is. This album has been kicking our ass for a couple of weeks now. You guys got to be pretty proud of this.
Yeah, I'm real happy the way it turned out. I mean, it was... it's been a few years between albums, and it came out really good. Everyone just did what they do, and it all had a very nice chemistry to it.
For our listeners that aren't, familiar with the band, tell us a little bit about the band, about your guitarist Chris, and everything that goes on with Impellitteri.
Well, I first met Chris back in New England when I was playing in a cover band of all places. We were young dudes, real young, and we were playing cover songs and originals, and then Chris headed out to L.A., and I followed out there about a year later when I did the Mars Project Driver record. And after that record, when Rudy and Tommy went to Whitesnake, me and Chris got back together and did the 1987 EP, the Black EP, 4-song EP, and then from there he did a project album with Stand in Line, and then after that we got together, and we've been doing albums ever since, pretty much. And I'm not even sure how many albums this is for us, but I believe it's 8 or 9, somewhere around there. Who knows? But it's been going really good, and we're real proud of this one.
So, are there any plans for some touring around here in the U.S.?
In the U.S., we have we're talking to promoters now, as well as in Europe. We're trying to get some shows together. At the end of May, we go to Japan. We're going to do a tour in Japan. And we're hoping we can come back and play in the States. But right now, I don't have any definite dates.
You ever notice, though, Rob, how it works out that good metal is really well received in Europe and Japan way before it is here in the U.S.?
Yeah, it's kind of disheartening, man, because I love metal, man, since the day I was born, I would say. But yeah, Japan especially, they go nuts over there. They're really into it. They're real loyal and dedicated, and Europe's the same way. They like their metal. They like it good, and they want more and more of it. They're not like pushed around by trends or TV or the latest reality show or hip hop and all that stuff. That's just like they're just true metal fans, and they stick to their guns.
Well, that's one of the reasons, Jerry and I put this show together was we felt that there was no real outlet for good new metal and metal in general. Do you feel that rock radio's let the metal bands down around in this country for sure?
Yeah, I definitely feel like they said, oh, this whole genre is over, and we're just going to play the old classics that everybody loves, that everyone heard when they were growing up. And meanwhile, bands all over the place are putting out new albums, but I'm not hearing them. And I'm like, man, there's new music out there, And the true fans know about the new music, but yet the radio stations aren't putting it out there. They just play the old songs off the old records and not keeping up with the times.
So you think the internet's kind of screwing up metal by people being able to just get it ahead of time or get it for free instead of actually buying stuff anymore?
Yeah, well, I felt that for many years now.
Yeah.
Once I started seeing people just getting it for free, downloading it, and then a week later they're downloading the next album. Nobody's sitting down like I used to and laying on the bed with headphones and really getting into the album and being there and feeling the music. Everything seems to be so fast food, so drive-through, so give me, okay, what's next, instead of really biting into it and tasting what the artist is putting out there. It's really it's hard to get new people to get into that in that frame of mind.
Well, I know that Jerry and I are big fans of the vinyl resurgence.
Yeah.
Because I like that, being able to hold that album cover and the artwork and you know, all the lyrics and everything. Hopefully, maybe that'll spark a new trend with younger listeners to get out and experience some more metal.
Yeah, I'm hoping so, because it makes it more real, more, like you said, more of an experience as opposed to just something in the background music. This is actually an event that they can get into and really enjoy it, and you know, like us, you just live it, you know.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, Rob, growing up, I mean, listening to this album, who were some of your influences? I mean, I hear that high scream going, and it reminds me of some little bit of some early Judas Priest. Are those the bands that you grew up listening to?
Yeah, definitely Judas Priest. Definitely. I was also into Foreigner and Styx in Kansas with a lot of vocals.
Uh-huh.
I always love hearing harmonies and vocals, and we do a lot of that in Pelleteri. But the screams and the high end stuff, I really love the Rob Halford comes to mind, and there's just a lot of good music coming up through that.
Very cool.
Early '80s stuff, you know. That's what I was really into.
So, are there any tracks on the new album you think would have benefited from adding some cowbell?
Cowbell, I don't know.
Come on, I was playing cowbell to it, and
try maybe
it worked
Rise,
great.
Pack 8.
There you go, Rise. Yeah, that would work.
Hey, Rob, if people want to find out more about, because your band has a long history and a lot of great music out, not only this new CD called Venom, where can they find out more about you and about the band in general?
I guess just Google it. I mean, if you Google Rob-Rock, you probably find Rob-Rock.com. That website's not the most up to date. Most of the time, we're on Facebook. You know,
it's a lot easier to update.
Yeah. Yep. You got Kristen Pelleteri has a Facebook. I got Rob-Rock Voice of Melodic Metal, and those are the two outlets we push a lot with all our latest news and stuff. It almost seems like websites are kind of sagging a little bit. I know I'm guilty of that. It's easier for me to quickly update Facebook than it is to go in and update the website, and I haven't been doing that, to be honest. But there's a lot of history on that website. If you want to hear the history of the band and the history of our careers, then it's all on the website. So.
All right, very cool. Sweet. Well, hey, we're going to play another track off this CD called "Face the Enemy." Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, "Face the Enemy" is what I had in mind. There was actually like homeless people. It was in my mind, and how do they get to that place where they're down and out, and life has just turned on them, and they got their ass kicked somewhere along the way, and here they are, and the face the enemy is facing maybe the mistakes they made themselves, maybe the choices they made that got them there, and just pulling up your bootstraps and carry on with life, you know, and don't stay there. Face the enemy and get up and fight.
Excellent. Cool. We'll turn this one up real loud. Rob-Rock, you are always welcome here on Rockin' Metal Revival.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
To catch the whole show of Rockin' Metal Revival, all you have to do is check it out on these affiliates. Mega Rock Radio's on Saturdays from 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and on Uncontrolled Noise Tuesdays at 1 a.m., Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on UncontrolledNoise.com. And make sure that you leave them a message and tell them that you found Rockin' Metal Revival on their stations. Enjoy this edition of Rockin' Metal Revival.